data model, how your configuration looks like, into a data model that can be worked around. The reality is that you have to ask yourself this question to understand if the configuration that you do is specific per device, or maybe you are sharing something in between data centers or regions, if there is some relationship. The idea is that most of the more modern applications for source of truth or for automation engine, they have a plugin system that you can extend. So for instance, there is, I can talk, for instance, about Autobot source of truth. You have the option on a data model to extend it with custom fields. So a part of the attributes of the model, you can add extra custom fields or even relationships with other models. This makes you, obviously, you can do this by code, but you can actually do this in the UI. So you can extend and customize the tooling. What is always something that maybe you have to customize? For instance, your configuration is unique. So in this framework, maybe you have to provide the Jinja templates just to adapt from the information that you have into that specific configuration style that you need. You can build, for instance, an ACL like a regular ACL, or you can build it in a more complex architecture. The information is the same, so you just translate this. As an answer, you can always put small pieces because the solutions are built in extensibility in mind. But you can always extend them because it's an actually active community. So if you are interested in participating and extending, all your ideas will be really welcome in most of the projects that I mentioned before.
Okay, then there's a question about the connection with hardware. So you talk a lot about open source apps and so on, but we also see this trend that more and more software is actually taking over what previously hardware did, especially in the network field. Do you have any comment on this? What are your thoughts? Is this an advantage? How about performance?
All this open source networking that I have not touched in this presentation because I was focusing on the managing part, on the automation of this part, not on the network infrastructure, virtualization. Like there are multiple open source projects like Sonic, BIOS, that, or just routing daemons that you can apply. At the end, this is what this actually helps is on the disaggregation between the hardware and the software. At the end, all these applications, because at the end are network operating systems, all these network operating systems offer some benefits in order to automate. A part of having the traditional interfaces like CLI, they also usually provide API interfaces or more modern interfaces like GNMI or Netcom. And they also usually provide a Linux shell. So you could even automate via bash scripts on that devices. So in general, what makes all the open source solutions for networking operating systems usually help all this kind of automation. So it's easier.
Wow, sounds like an entire event that we have to run on this topic with so many different areas. I also remember I was like years ago while I stayed in Taiwan, this whole thing with like software on hardware and like you know, like hardware that you can update and so on. Like it was a big topic, and I think so much is happening in this sphere with network automation and with networks becoming bigger and complex and different kinds of networks. So yeah, it's a big topic, and I think we definitely want to hear more about this in future. So hopefully from you, I mean, that would be great if you come back to the FOSS Asia Summit, maybe next time in person, maybe also with some colleagues of you. We'd love to have you back. I love your enthusiasm for the topic, and it's just amazing in your bio how every sentence has the word network in it. So you really like love this, and yeah, we always love people with passion and where we can learn something like and profit from it. So thank you very much, Christian. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, and we will definitely connect in person in future, wherever possible. So all the best to you, all the best to your team. Have a good time in Catalonia now in spring, and hope to see you soon. Thank you very much, Christian. Have a good evening.
Same for you.
Thank you. Okay, wow. So this was great. I mean, like, what a wonderful end of the day. But I have to say that every single session could have been a wonderful end, because yeah, like there were just people all the time, all throughout the day, with so much passion. And yeah, it's quite tough, right? How many hours did we have today? Was it like, I think, over 14 hours? And I'm so exhausted myself, but like it was so tough. We said we're gonna make it 3 days. We wanted to make it 12 hours maximum every day. We made it a bit longer, and I was there from morning till evening. Yeah, my mom would say I have like squared eyes now, looking at all these sessions and all these cool technologies, and trying to learn as much as possible. Well, the thing is, we have the streams. You can go back, look at the streams, and step by step, we'll also publish the sessions of the speakers one by one. So if you type it in then into your search engines in future, you can find the sessions and find the details you want to go through again. So definitely a wonderful day. And yeah, I'm looking forward. I know that the team is already compiling some exciting numbers that we'll share tomorrow. Tomorrow there will also be the first winners of the t-shirt contest. Like whoever asked a great question apparently can get a t-shirt, and there will also be the chance to win more prizes in the Vonage raffles. And yeah, there will be announcement of the Cloud Challenge. Like 2,000 people participated in the FOSS Asia Cloud Challenge, supported by Microsoft. We'll announce the final winners tomorrow. And of course, a lot of amazing sessions about robotics, about open hardware, about like all kinds of AI and cloud topics. We'll have like 2 big sessions of lightning talks, at least to catch the idea of more people, because we can't have everyone. Like we should start a TV channel or something like that to really like capture all this knowledge that people want to share, and that can really help us to collaborate in a good way in the world in those challenging and difficult times where politics draw everyone apart, where wars are happening that we could never imagine. This should all not be happening. The world should look at the free and open source community, software, hardware, data, science community, ethics, open ethics, so many topics that we cover here at the FOSS Asia Summit. And I wish that could be an example for how we could collaborate in all aspects in this world. Let's set an example ourselves. Let's continue this, and we see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining today. Have a good evening, have a good morning, wherever you are. Have a good day, and keep in touch, collaborate with each other. Let's build a better future. Thank you very much for joining today. Have a good time. Goodbye from the FOSS Asia Summit 2022. We continue in just a few hours at 9:20 a.m. in the morning, Singapore times. You find all the details on the Eventbrite platform. Thank you very much, and goodbye.